Thank you. Tension thick, to say the least, at last night's presidential debate, the second face-off between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Dr. Jason Johnson was there as the gloves came off and the figurative fists were flying, as it were, through the night. Jason, at first blush, your thoughts from both candidates?
It was a shocking night, and usually in the press room, people are relatively quiet. The reporters don't really, express any emotion one way or another. But when Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump met in the town hall and wouldn't even shake hands, there was an audible gasp in the room. Everyone knew this was not going to be like any debate we've ever seen before. When the candidates despise each other so much, they won't even go through the pleasantries. Between that and the opening press conference with women who've accused Bill Clinton of sexual improprieties in the past, this was probably one of the nastiest low points in American debates I've ever seen.
When the question was asked by one of the audience members, can either of you come up with one thing that you respect about the other person? There was an uncomfortable smile, and then a pause, and then an attempt, and again another audible gasp.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this campaign has moved from discussions of policy, whether you like their policy positions or not. A lot of it has moved from policy to these interpersonal attacks. And I think what's important is this. From a campaign standpoint, and I talked to a lot of my friends and colleagues at the RNC, Donald Trump, rather than dealing with the substance of the tape that was released on Friday, seems to think that a better campaign tactic is to go after Bill Clinton. And I don't know by the polls or by the reactions of people or the students that I spoke to at Washington University if that is the right tactic. So even when they say nice things about each other, it ends up being a deflection. These two campaigns had different goals going into this debate. I think one did a better job than the other by the time the debate was done.
Let's talk about something I call the phantom undecided voter, because I got to tell you, I don't necessarily know. I mean, they may have placed a few people in the audience that were claiming to be undecided, but I'm telling you, I believe from what I hear that they're just everybody knows what they're going to do, and that's the way it is. Are these debates at this point anything more than a show?
Well, it's always a show, but there's different kinds of shows, Mark, because on the one hand, I don't believe in undecided voters. As a political scientist, I don't believe in undecided voters. No one doesn't know how they feel about these two candidates. But that doesn't mean that they're strong in their convictions. And I think that while last night's debate was moderated very well, I think Martha Raddatz and Anderson Cooper did a good job. I mean, by all accounts, the time of possession for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton was equal. So if that's a moderator's job, they did a good job. But we didn't get much from the actual town hall participants. We got like 4 or 5 questions from regular people. So if anyone was soft in their convictions for Trump or soft in their convictions from Hillary Clinton, they didn't get to ask a question that was going to make them more confident.
Because of everything that led up to the actual debate last night, all the news that broke, the bombshells and whatnot, we kind of knew what was going to happen there. However, this next, unless something huge happens in this next upcoming debate, what do you see? What needs to be done? Is it final platform? What is it?
Well, I think there's 2 things that need to be done, and each campaign tries it differently. The Clinton campaign, they need to work on their ground game. They need to make sure that they're getting people out registered to vote. The Trump campaign, I spoke to people on the inside. They said, and I quote, this is from a campaign insider, they said, "How did you like our counterpunch? This is just the beginning. We don't play fair." There is going to be a move on the part of the Trump campaign to bring out more women who have accused Bill Clinton of sexual impropriety. Their goal is scorched earth. They want to try and bring Hillary Clinton down by going after Bill Clinton. I don't think they're really going to address what came out in Donald Trump's tapes. And from what I hear, more tapes like that are coming out, including transcripts from The Apprentice where he supposedly said even more offensive things.
The goal is to get to this election day fast. That's the only good news at this point. Dr. Jason Johnson, thank you very much for once again taking the time here. Catherine.
Thanks.